I had just given birth to my first child. I was in the delivery room, and the nurse hands me my little baby daughter all wrapped up in a blanket, and I check her out. She's got a fat little face and a full head of jet black hair that stands straight up off the top of her head. She's really cute. And I do that thing that all new parents do. I check to see if she has all of her fingers and toes. And she does. But oh my God, her fingernails, they're really long. And I make a mental note that when we get home, I'm going to cut them because the previous year, when my newborn niece was inconsolable and my brother and sister-in-law couldn't figure out what was wrong with her, they took her to the hospital where they learned that she had poked herself in the eye with her long fingernail and scratched her cornea. And I hope to save my new little family this fate. So when we returned home, I set to the task. I retrieved the little teeny tiny baby nail clippers I had received as a gift. I swaddled up my baby girl and sat on the couch. I took her thumb and the little baby nail clippers. I placed them over her thumbnail and squeezed ever so gently. And she began to scream bloody murder. And I looked down at her finger and it was bleeding. In my first act of responsible parenthood, I had managed to injure my child. And I felt like a huge loser. I was tired, I was hormonal, and wondering how the hell it was that the hospital let me leave with this kid. At that point, my husband says to me, "Let me try it." And I was like, okay, go ahead. He takes the baby, supports her head, places the little nail clippers over her pointer fingernail, presses ever so gently, and the baby begins to scream even louder. And now she's got 2 bloody fingers, and all 3 of us are sitting on the couch crying. And I think, well, what was I thinking? Why did I think that just because billions of other humans have given birth and raised children to adulthood, that I am up to this task? Hell, we can't even keep the plants alive. As soon as I think that, my husband turns to me and says to me, "We can't even keep the plants alive. We have failed at fingernails." And we decide that we are just going to leave them be and hope for the best. A couple weeks later, I'm telling my father-in-law this story, and he says to me, "Don't worry about it. You're doing okay." He says, babies and kids, they're really pretty tough. And it takes terminal stupidity to do any real lasting damage. Now that baby is 22 years old. She has had several ER visits, a hospitalization, a surgery, 3 concussions, and I'm not even telling you about the sports-related injuries. She's about to graduate from college and begin her adult life. And best of all, she cuts her own damn fingernails.